Hello students, welcome back. In this video, we are going to study Unit 3 and 4. In Unit 3, the Virashaiva Lingayat tradition in Karnataka. Emergence of the movement. In the 12th century, a new religious movement emerged in Karnataka. It was led by Basavanna, who lived between 1106 and 1168. Who was this Basavanna? He was a Brahmana and also a minister in the court of a Kalachuri ruler. His followers were called Virashaiva, meaning heroes of Shiva. They were also called Lingayats, meaning wearer of the linga. So the name Lingayat comes from the practice of wearing the linga. Belief and worship. The Lingayats worship Shiva in the form of a linga. The linga represents Lord Shiva. Men usually wear a small linga. It is kept in a silver case and hung on a loop over the left shoulder. They also revere Jangamas. Jangamas are holy wandering monks of the Lingayat tradition. So what do we understand from this? The worship was simple and direct, centered on Shiva and the personal linga. Belief about death. The Lingayats believed that after death, the soul unites with Shiva. They believed that the soul does not return to this world. Therefore, they rejected the idea of rebirth. This belief was different from traditional Hindu belief, which accepted rebirth. Funeral practices. Lingayats did not follow cremation. Cremation was prescribed in the Dharmashastras. Dharmashastras were ancient Brahmanical texts laying down social and religious rules. But the Lingayats rejected these texts. Instead of cremation, they ceremonially buried their dead. This shows that they were not following orthodox Brahmanical traditions. Challenges to the caste system. The Lingayats strongly opposed caste distinctions. They also opposed the idea of pollution. What is pollution here in this context? Means the belief that contact with certain groups make a person impure. This idea was supported by some Brahmanas. The Lingayats rejected this idea completely. Because of this, many followers came from marginalized groups. This made the movement socially inclusive. Social reforms. The Lingayats supported practices which were disapproved by the Dharmashastras. For example, they supported post-puberty marriages, meaning marriage after a girl attains maturity. They also supported remarriage of widows. At that time, widow remarriage was generally not accepted in society. Because of these reforms, the Lingayat movement became socially progressive, meaning supporting social change. Vachanas, source of ideas. Let's see what is this. Our knowledge of the Virashaiva tradition mainly comes from vachanas. Vachanas were short devotional sayings. They were composed in Kannada. That's a language spoken widely in Karnataka. They were written by both men and women. These vachanas were simple but powerful. They expressed devotion to Shiva and also criticized social evils. So, the Virashaiva or Lingayat movement, what we know, was not only a religious movement, but also a social reform movement that challenged caste, rituals and inequality. Now, moving on to Unit 4, Religious Ferment in North India. In this part, we are going to study religious ferment. The ferment is called as period of change, unrest or new developments. During this time, North India witnessed important religious, social and political changes. Temple worship in North India. During this period, Vishnu and Shiva were widely worshipped in temples in North India. These temples were often built with the support of rulers. However, historians did not find devotional compositions like those of the Alvars and Nayanas until the 14th century. In South India, the Alvars and Nayanas composed devotional hymns earlier, hymns meaning the songs on gods and goddesses. But in North India, such devotional poetry appeared much later. Role of Rajput states and Brahmanas. During this time, many Rajput states emerged in North India. Rajput states means kingdoms ruled by Rajput rulers. In these states, Brahmanas, the priestly caste, held very important positions. They performed ritual functions, that means religious ceremonies. They also performed secular functions, meaning administrative or non-religious duties. There was little or no challenge to their authority. So, Brahmanas were, they were very, very powerful, as well as what to say, that is, the Brahmanas were both religious and political advisors. There were no challenge or a little to their authority. And that means there was little or no challenge to their authority. So we understand that Brahmanas were both religious and political advisors. Rise of non-orthodox religious groups. At the same time, some other religious leaders were becoming popular. These leaders did not follow orthodox Brahmanical practices. Orthodox means, we already know that they strictly follow traditional customs. These groups included the Nats, Jogis, and Siddhas. Many of them came from artisanal groups. What do you understand by the word artisanal groups? That means skilled workers like weavers, potters, and carpenters. So we see that religion was not limited only to Brahmanas. Other groups were also becoming spiritually active. And next, we are going to talk about impact of economic changes. During this period, organized craft production expanded. What do you mean by the words organized craft production? Systematic, large-scale production of goods. There was growth of new urban centers. Long-distance trade developed with Central Asia and West Asia. When I say long-distance trade means trade between faraway regions. Because of this, artisans became socially and economically more important. So, economic growth changed social structure. Now, challenges to religious authority, that is, questioning and debate. These new religious leaders questioned the authority of the Vedas. When I say authority of the Vedas, means the religious importance of ancient sacred texts. They preached in language spoken by common people, not in Sanskrit. Over time, these languages developed into modern Indian languages. However, even though they were popular among people, they failed to gain the support of ruling elites. When I say ruling elites, that means kings, nobles, and powerful groups. So they had popular support but not political support. Now, coming of the Turks and the Delhi Sultanate. A major change occurred with the arrival of the Turks. This led to the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in the 13th century. Delhi Sultanate means Muslim rule established in Delhi. This weakened Rajput power. So vice versa, what is happening when Rajput power is getting weakened? Even the position of Brahmanas who were linked to them were weakening. So this resulted in significant cultural and religious changes. Arrival of the Sufis. The coming of the Sufis was an important religious development. Now, Sufi, who were they? They were the Islamic mystics. They focused on devotion, love, and spiritual equality. They played a key role in shaping new religious ideas and practices in North India. Their message attracted common people. Now, what do we understand from the Unit 4? That is, North India was different. So, why was North India different? First, There was strong Brahminical dominance. Second, the state supported orthodox practices. Third, non-orthodox groups were popular but did not get political support. And finally, major change happened only after the Turkish conquest and the rise of the Sufism. So, in this video, we study the Virashaiva or Lingayat movement in Karnataka and the religious ferment in North India. Both regions saw religious change, but the nature of change was different. So, students, please revise these points carefully. Practice writing answers for board-based questions. I will see you in the next video. Until then, thank you.